Hannah Santos was known in Riverside Elementary as the girl with the brightest smile. She was small for her age, soft-spoken, and always the first to say good morning, even to teachers rushing through the hallway. But what made Hannah special wasn't her smile, it was her heart. She believed in something her mother always said. Love isn't just a feeling, Arnak. Love is something you do. Hannah liked proving that true. One Monday morning, as students returned from the weekend, their homeroom advisor, Miss Molina, announced a school-wide project. Next week, she said, we'll have our community giving day. Every class must prepare something for families in need. The classroom buzzed with excitement, but also worry. Kyle whispered, my family doesn't have extra money. AIME sighed, mine too. Others looked uneasy. Prices were rising. Not everyone could buy canned goods or hygiene kits. Hannah felt her heart squeeze. She wanted her class to contribute something meaningful, something everyone could take part in, even if they had nothing to spare. That afternoon, while walking home, she passed by an elderly woman arranging Sampagurta garlands near the tricycle terminal. The woman smiled kindly, her hands trembling slightly. Good afternoon, IHA, she said. Hannah noticed the woman struggling to tie the threads. Without hesitation, she squatted beside her and held the loose end of a string. Let me help, Pio. The woman's eyes softened. Salamat, Arnak. My hands get tired, but I still need to finish these. They worked quietly together for a few minutes. Hannah didn't do anything grand, just simple knots, small assists. But when the woman handed her one garland as thanks, Hannah realized something. Charity doesn't start with money. Charity starts with love. That night, while eating dinner, she shared the encounter with her mother. I wish our class could give something that comes from our hearts, not our wallets, Hannah said. Her mother smiled. Then maybe you just found the answer. The next day in class, Hannah raised her hand. Ma'am, she said shyly, what if, instead of food or kits, our class makes a book of kindness? Everyone looked up. A book? Carl asked. Yes, Hannah continued. Every student writes one page. It could be a poem, a message of hope, a drawing, a prayer, anything that can lift someone's spirit. Then we bind it into a big book and give it to the community center, so all the families can read it. There was silence. Then AIME whispered, I actually love that. Miggs nodded. I can draw. Carl grinned. And I can write about basketball teamwork. The whole class perked up. No money needed. Just love, creativity, and time. Miss Molina clasped her hands together. That, she said warmly, is the most meaningful idea I've heard. Let's do it. For the next week, the classroom became a little workshop of kindness. Students wrote letters that said things like, you are not alone. God sees your struggle. There is always hope. Others made colorful drawings of families hugging, sunsets, and smiling hearts. And Hannah, quiet but determined, carefully glued each page onto a pink folder almost bursting with love. But on Thursday, disaster struck while the class was out for recess. The strong wind from an open window blew the book off the table. Pages scattered everywhere. Some slipped under chairs. Others got caught in the door. When the students returned, they gasped. Our book. My drawing got wrinkled. All our work is ruined. Some students sat, defeated. We'll never finish in time, Carl muttered. But Hannah took a deep breath. We can finish, she said firmly. Helping others isn't always easy. Sometimes love means doing the hard thing, fixing the mess together. Her voice, though small, carried courage. One by one, her classmates stood. Okay, Hannah, AIME said. Let's do it together. Yes, ta-ra. Let's fix it. They taped torn edges. They flattened crumpled drawings under textbooks. They rewrote smudged letters. And slowly, beautifully, the book came back to life. On Community Giving Day, their class submitted a thick, colorful book with a handwritten cover. From our hearts to yours. Grateful Riverside, the community center staff, were deeply moved. This is more precious than anything money can buy, one volunteer said, holding back tears. That afternoon, as the sun lowered over the school courtyard, Miss Molina placed a hand on Hannah's shoulder. You reminded us today what true charity is, she said. Love that acts, love that gives, love that keeps trying even when things go wrong. Hannah blushed, but her smile shone bright. For the rest of the year, families at the center kept reading their class's book of kindness, and every time someone smiled because of a page, Hannah's simple idea kept spreading love farther than she ever imagined. Because real charity didn't need to be big, it just needed a brave little heart willing to give. Thank you for joining us today at Rabbit's Foot Tales. Hannah reminded us that charity is love in action. Even small acts can make a big difference. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share more kindness wherever you go. See you in our next virtual story. God bless you.